Hi, I'm Falling Water, and this is the Beast. When I bought it in 2012, it was all black, so at that time it was a little bit more intimidating than it is today. But still, it's a big rig. And as vans go, it's probably about the bigger size. I think it's a Sprinter 170 wheelbase, high top. 2500 model, so it's just two wheels in the back, and it's a 6-cylinder diesel turbo, but it still gets great gas mileage at probably averaging about 20 miles a gallon. Okay, let's take a little tour around the van. As you can see, it is a work van, so it is decaled on the side and all painted in the front and whatnot. So we'll go over the different specifics of the van so you can see everything we have built into this van and what makes it so fun to drive and comfortable.
The original color of the Beast was black. With its wraparound black windows, it was an imposing sight. About a year after completing the internal build, I decided to address the outside of the Beast. After all, a black van doesn't convey much advertising. So we installed a vinyl wrap with beautiful product photos taken in mountain settings. While not complete, it was far better than the rather plain and nondescript wording on our first van. For some time, I wanted to address the incomplete van exterior, but never seemed to come up with the right solution. One that was both in keeping with the spirit of the Beast and tied in well with the existing graphic. Finally, last summer, while looking at a number of van sites, I hit upon the perfect solution. Instead of painting the rest of the Beast, I'd apply Rhino liner. Its tough texture matches perfectly with the outdoor spirit of the Beast, with the added bonus of providing some serious protection from rock chips thrown up while exploring America's back roads. We settled on a two-color paint scheme. The lower panels are gray to reflect the gray boulders found in the open high country, and the light blue for the endless skies. The new paint job really unified the Beast into one badass rig. For tires, we chose all-terrain. No, this isn't a four-wheel drive vehicle, but I do take it where it probably shouldn't go. These tires really assist with traction, wear well, and run quiet on the highway. It doesn't hurt that they look a bit mean as well. A while back, I seriously considered upgrading to four-wheel drive vehicle version, but I decided the upgrade wasn't worth the time and expense of another interior rebuild. Plus, I'm not too inclined to take a different rig on worse roads than I've already driven. Sometime I may invest in a lift kit to provide a bit more ground clearance, but that's to be determined. The electrical system of the Beast is far too complex to explain on this short video, so we'll leave the details for later. However, at the core of the system is a lithium battery bank with the equivalent of 400 AGM amp hours. Power from 300 watts of Renogy solar panels is directed through a Blue Sky MPP controller with remote terminal. Our power management system allows us to accurately monitor all current drawn from or sent to the battery. We can monitor the state of the charge with human-readable percentage state of the charge, thus eliminating the confusion of trying to translate voltage to charge state. We can charge our batteries while driving with our alternator or while connected to shore power. We power our 120 volt appliances with a 2000 watt pure sine inverter. Face it, not all campsites come with tall shade trees on a beautiful stream. So when shade is at a minimum and the sun is glaring, it's nice to have a place outside of a hot van to sit, somewhere you can enjoy the breezes without roasting. The Beast has a large canopy that's perfect for those occasions. It's large enough that a few friends can drop in and enjoy the reprieve. When not needed, it quickly and easily rolls back into its home.
In the back of the van is the garage, the utilitarian area where I can store bikes and all kinds of other goodies in it. And it's also a mini workshop. As you can see on both sides, we have storage for tools and bits and pieces. Over here we have cables, extra towels, Windex for cleaning, WD-40, a shower that hooks on the back. We have a screen door that goes in the front, extra cleaning bottles, rope. Over in this area we have a storage that goes up under the cabinet with a 2-foot by 4-foot table and a ladder in here. Extends up so I can get to the top of the van. Pretty easy to check things out or clean things. In the bottom here are all the tools. I have several different bags with different types of tools for repairing electrical stuff and other kinds of things. Over on this side is my drone, and above that is a shelf that holds basically excess food storage. This is dry goods, primarily for backpacking. And over on the side is the tool bin where I have a shovel, a folding saw, a broom, something for cleaning off the windows, and even a hatchet. They're all bolted in so they'll go anywhere. And finally my closet here, which holds just the excess clothes to hang up. The depth on this is 18 inches, so I could put a bicycle in here. And I have a shelf up on top which has folding chairs and some other goodies. We can also store backpacks back here. I got hooks up here for attaching backpacks and other kinds of things, so when I'm out in the woods I'll have everything I need to go function, to convert this into an adventure van for backpacking or anything else. Hi, we're up in the cab of the Beast, and basically we have made very little changes to this area of the van. We made a few changes for convenience sake to make it easier to drive and find ourselves a routing. When I first bought the van, I put in a very spendy stereo slash GPS system in the nav system in the van, and like most in-dash nav units, it was a POS. Way too much money for very poor quality navigation. So, but over the years, so last few years, I discovered that what I can do to have a much better nav system is to actually just use my tablet. And so what I did, we'll go into the nav system here, is I just have a regular tablet, and the tablet has a built-in GPS system. This has, I took a, so this is a nav system that is much better than what you would normally get. It's not Google Maps, because what this one does, it allows me to navigate anywhere in the country without having to have Wi-Fi set up or some 3G or 4G network system. It's all downloaded in here, and it has millions of POIs and all kinds of stuff, and it navigates similar to Google is just I could do multiple routes and different stops and things like that. But it will work when I'm in the middle of nowhere and I'm not dealing with having to deal with some sort of a connection. The other thing I discovered with the having a tablet, which is very functional, because this tablet has 200 gigabyte memory card in it, which allows me to store essentially my entire audio library and play it back through the radio. But in addition, one of the things that I can do also is I have an OBD2 setup here, and so what I can easily do is there's a unit that you can buy that plugs into your ODB, and then it talks to Bluetooth through to this one, and then I can bring that up, and then as I drive, I can get I can set up different dials for different things to see what I'm doing in the engine compartment, temperature, all kinds of stuff. I can also go in there and have it return back error codes, things like that. So it's basically a scanner simultaneously, so I can switch back and forth. And it's also a large display, easy to read, and does everything I need to do. The other thing I can do with this is there's a backup camera built into my other one, and I just basically, when I want to back up, I just flip the tablet out of the way, and then I got the full camera. Flip it over, and then the backup displays on the screen. So over on this side, I have a my phone that's on a mount, and the nice thing about this particular mount is that it is a wireless charging mount, and so I can just take my phone anytime, stick it over here, and it'll immediately start charging. The other thing is this charger is hooked up to the house battery, so that it will charge and not drain my regular battery. The other thing is if the battery is weak, it'll automatically stop charging. Finally, what I have up here in the front is a dash cam. This is a full HD 1080p dash cam. It runs continuously as long as the ignition is on. It records up to 8 hours of a high-def video on a 64 gigabyte card in 3-minute increments. And so if I need to go back and find something during the day that I want to pull off of the camera, off the card, and maybe stick in a video or something like that, it's fairly easy to do. Now here's a bit of a rant about people who have cameras in their videos. Please, if you're going to put a camera and you're going to shoot out the window, do everybody a favor and clean your window. You know, nothing more irritating than to look out a dirty window of miles and miles of driving. Also, if you have a crack in your window, please fix it. You know, that's a pretty dangerous thing to drive around with a crack in your window. Okay, end of rant. One of the things I really love about the Sprinter van is that it is incredibly comfortable to drive. The seats that come with it are very comfortable. It's tall off the ground. You can look over the cars in front of you. You have a panoramic view of everything in front of you, and so you get essentially, you know, it's like being in a movie. And it's, when I used to drive, I don't do as much now, but when I drove across country, I would drive it in basically 3-day increments, which is often over 1,000 miles in a single day, which is 18 hours of driving. And that's waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and going to bed about 11 at night, and stopping only for gas and to eat, and usually very short periods of those. So it's all day driving. which can be pretty tiresome. But I've done it, I don't know, dozens of times, and it's worked out for me. I don't like to do that much anymore. As I get older, I like to go shorter distances and whatnot. But still, you can do that in this rig comfortably without being feeling a problem. The other major advantage of the Sprinter, especially the newer model Sprinters, they have a crap ton of safety capabilities that the original Sprinter didn't have. So they have, you know, a lot of automatic braking systems that if you get squirrely on the road, there's computer systems in here which will balance the car and make sure you're pointed in the right direction. And there are times, you know, there's been a couple of times in driving over the last 5 years where this car has literally saved my life because of the fact it has the new computer systems in. And so I was very grateful for them, especially when you're doing, you know, the long miles with this kind of a vehicle. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is for the front. We haven't done anything else really. A lot of people like to tweak their rigs, but you know, it came pretty good straight out of the box. We did tweak the back, obviously, but the front we've left pretty much alone. Anyway, again, if you have any questions or comments, you know, leave them below, and if I can, I'll try to get to them. And if I can't, well, you know, sometimes life is hard. Okay, have fun now. Bye-bye.